All right, so I'm going to answer the question about, can student and teacher mindset be a barrier to learning? So, yes, both teacher and student mindset can be a ginormous barrier to learning. I found that both students, in particular my senior students, freak out when they don't learn in traditional ways or when they're just handed the information. They believe they are not actually learning for tests and assignments unless they are rote learning. So when they're just taking notes compared to when they're applying it, they can't see that applying it has any worth, which is very, very frustrating as a teacher. Unfortunately, these fixed mindsets occur for teachers as well. Most teachers have adapted the ways that they've been taught since they were kids from either their parents or from their teachers previously, and are now they're teaching it to other people. So they've never been aware that they're actually doing it in the first place. So a lot of the things that I hear all the time are people that are smart get A grades. I'll never be good at maths. Only girls do psychology. Spelling is hard. There is no point in school. History is irrelevant. I am dumb. And I hear these all the time in school. Sometimes I can hear teachers saying things like, because you didn't get an A, you're not good at maths, which is just reiterating that for kids as well. So these fixed mindsets of teachers tell students that there is one way of learning and showing their understanding, and if that is not done, they have not learned and therefore they are not smart or the subject is not for them. It is important for all teachers to know and remember that with persistence and strong role modelling of a growth mindset, students' mindsets can be changed. If teachers do not show enthusiasm and genuine interest for what they're teaching, it's really hard to show students that it's worth knowing about and it's worth doing. And I feel like that can be a first barrier for students. Once they think that it's not going to be worth it in the future, they're just going to shut off. One thing I believe teachers can do is to motivate their students. Oh, they can motivate their students. So it's a small thing. They don't have to be crazy enthusiastic, but just showing some interest in explaining relevance to life, I think, is really powerful for kids. I also think constructive feedback. So when you just give grades and say like, oh, you're an A grade or you're a B grade, they get that in their head that that's fixed for them. So constructive feedback that actually helps kids to grow is so important for kids. And they're going to realize that they need to show their understanding they can do different things. And what's important for teachers is to understand that kids learn in different ways, and we need to provide opportunities for kids to show us that they understand things in different ways. Another thing I think that teachers all can do, and I always need to remind myself of this, is that we need to not be praising intelligence, saying, oh, you're so smart, because I find, or I think that that's probably one of the things that is showing students that they are either smart or dumb, and that helps them to have that fixed mindset. So we as teachers need to be aware of a lot of things we're doing, but I think that just requires time and persistence for us as well.